Today, our Savior is born. He came into the world. He shared in our humanity so that we could share in his divinity. As Bishop Cousins said last night at the 10 p.m. Mass here, he said, Jesus came so that we could be like God. That we could be like God, sharing in his divinity. We will never understand the great gift of Jesus Christ. I would dare say the person that understood it the most, obviously, was Mary. But right behind her, John the Baptist. And that is why John the Baptist always pointed towards Christ. At all times, he pointed towards him. He says, he's coming. I am not worthy to untie his sandals. And here is John the Baptist. They want to make him a king. And he said, no. The Savior is here. He understood. Mary understood. Holding all these things in her heart. Joseph understood. And was going to protect the newborn child no matter what. Do we understand the great gift of Jesus Christ? You know, as the pastor here, I have a lot of responsibilities. I do, and I'm privileged and honored to be here. I never knew this parish existed until Archbishop Nienstedt called me and said, can you go to St. John the Baptist in Savage? And I said, yes. And then I realized he said the wrong place. It was supposed to be St. John the Baptist in Excelsior. And I'm so glad that I am here. I'm so glad that I'm able to see you, the parishioners, worshiping Christ. Not only here, but in the gathering place, and worshiping Christ as well, and the church when we were facing this way as well. I can only wish I could have seen the church in person when it was in the school, in the gym, and for 6 years before that in the basement. I'd only wish I could see the original church on First Street in Cortland. I drove by it on Sunday night. This church is about as long as from the cross, maybe to the third pew. Everyone would sit outside because, well, it was much cooler out there and they didn't want to hear Father Cushion preaching, is what I've heard from so many parishioners. One of my responsibilities as the pastor, that's a very, very, very silly one, is I am in charge of baby Jesus. What does this mean? Every single Advent season, I usually am the one who gets to put out the figurines. I maybe even like to hide some figurines during that time, known as the Three Kings. They were hidden when they're in the gathering place, by the way. No one ever found them, though, because they were hidden in the storage downstairs in the box. But that's where they were. So anyways, this past Saturday, what was happening this past Saturday? Well, we were getting ready for the first Mass here at St. John the Baptist. And it was chaotic. It was crazy, but the parishioners, you continue to step up over and over and over again. And now we're going to need you even more, by the way. But I'll talk about that and preach about that at Epiphany. So Saturday, we're trying to set this up, but not too many parishioners. We wanted that big sneak, that big reveal on Saturday night. And sure enough, the nativity scene hadn't been set up. I think I was running around trying to make sure that the audio system was not making too many bad noises at that time, and also trying to figure out how to actually celebrate Mass up here. So sure enough, the nativity scene is set up on Saturday. It's all ready to go. It's beautiful. The Masses went beautifully this week, and they're going great now as well. But it was Sunday afternoon. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Everyone's gone except for parishioners keep on walking in to walk around the church and take a look around. That truly pleases a pastor. And I hope it pleases you, the parishioners, to come in and explore and look. Anyways, it's 1 o'clock. We have decorated for Christmas. The three kings got hidden. And all of a sudden, someone came up and said, you know, Father, it was Megan Adam, actually, my administrative assistant. She goes, every single year, we forget to take a picture with baby Jesus in the manger, in the crib. And every single year in November, we say, what Advent card are we going to send out? Because we never have a right picture. So she said, this is the year we can do it. How beautifully. And so she says, where's baby Jesus? I don't know where baby Jesus is. How would I know? Well, you're the pastor. You're supposed to know this. My one responsibility. Where is baby Jesus? And so all of a sudden, it's a mad dash with Megan and Sarah's kids, Abby and Will, and my maintenance man, Scott. We're running around. We're going through boxes. We're throwing straw. And by the way, this nativity scene probably is from at least the 1930s, if not before. So in the back of my mind, after 10 minutes, we're not finding baby Jesus. Other people start looking through it. I am. And my administrative assistant says, Megan says, maybe it's in your office. I said, if it's in the office, I'm not finding it for 2 years. That's a guarantee. That's what my office looks like right now. Right? So I'm thinking, can I get like a Batman Lego or something like that? Little Batman Jesus or something and put it in there? Do I have to call Leaflet Missile an emergency call? What's going to happen? Where is baby Jesus? And so I said, who set up the nativity scene? I'm not going to mention their names, by the way. But I called one of them, and he didn't answer. And that was fine. And I was looking for the other one who set it up, but I didn't have his number, but I will have it now, right? If they didn't answer, that's fine. It helped me in my homily, by the way. All of a sudden, it's 20 minutes in, and now we're panicking, we're freaking out. But it's awesome because I have a 7, an 8-year-old, and a 5-year-old with me. And they look at me and they go, we lost baby Jesus. Yes, I did. Great. We can't find him. And you could see the 5-year-old who has the most beautiful expressions in the world. She truly does. She wears them on her sleeves. And she's just sad. She's so excited when we're setting up the kings because she helps hide the kings. But now she's like, where's Jesus, Father? I don't know. Let's find him. So sure enough, you can tell baby Jesus is in there, by the way, so you know how it ends, right? So sure enough, my maintenance man comes up and he goes, you know, Father, I was looking, and I thought, I wonder if he's already up there. I was like, Scott, I looked, he's not in the little crib right here. He's not there. He's not. I looked. He goes, but did you look behind the crib? No. Why would I look behind the crib? Baby Jesus usually is in my sacristy drawer. That's where he is. He's not there right now. And so sure enough, he goes, I found baby Jesus. And by this time, I'm running on 14 gallons of coffee. Right? And pure adrenaline. And more importantly, pure joy. Pure joy from the masses here in the church. And I became childlike, overfilled with joy. When he said, we found baby Jesus, I acted like a 5-year-old. I went like this. We found baby Jesus? And I went to the kids, we found him. And they went, yes, we found Jesus. And we marched down the aisle right here, skipping with joy, because we found Jesus. And we placed him in there. And it was so amazing, that joy of finding Jesus. And that's just a figurine. When we really find Jesus, when we really find him in our life, there's grace beyond all telling. John the Baptist knew this, Mary knew this, Joseph knew this, all the saints knew this. When we find Jesus, we have this joy. And the most beautiful thing about this, by the way, is he's always there to be found. He's not hiding from us. We are blocking him in our life sometimes. He's there. There's no blockage. He's saying, come to me. I came into this world so that you could find me and you could finally have the joy that we all desire, which we do. And this Christmas season, we come and we celebrate. And we say, Lord, I only want you. And I only want that joy. And I only want that grace. And what a great gift it is. Because he tells us over and over and over again, I am here for you. I will never leave you. I came into this world so that you could share in my divinity. What does that mean? So you could share and be like me, living eternally. I came to cast the darkness out and bring light into the world. And I am telling you, my dear brothers and sisters, I am telling you, when we find Christ, nothing will bring us greater joy. We just have to continue to move away any obstacles in the way. And when we do this, we'll be able to come and run to him, just like Abby ran down the aisle, finding baby Jesus. We come down an aisle every single Mass, hopefully filled with joy, to receive Jesus and filled with the grace and the love of God. How beautiful it is. Let's continue to find him, because he has already found us.